Hello and welcome to Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. On today's show, we're kicking off the new year with health, wellness, and a sweet treat. We'll hear from Emmy-winning producer and cancer survivor John R. Green, and later, Justin Ellen, the New Jersey baker turned global sensation. But first, Julie Gallanty, president and CEO of the New Jersey YMCA State Alliance, leads a network that serves over 500,000 New Jersey residents through programs that build healthier, more connected communities. Julie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm really honored.
Thank you for being here. So we all know the YMCA, but what is the Alliance?
So the Alliance works with the 30 independent Ys in New Jersey. So we get statewide money and we re-grant it out to the Ys so they can do local programs in diabetes prevention or youth and government programs or swimming or other health-related programs. And we also do a lot of advocacy work to sort of promote public policy that really strengthens communities.
You have been affiliated with the Y since birth, 40 years, right?
Yes.
What makes you still so passionate after 4 decades?
I feel really honored to be in a position where I can make a difference through working with Ys and working through the staff and working through volunteers to make the world a little bit better, a little bit more welcoming, having people the opportunity to maybe learn something different and be brave to try something new. So I really feel it's an honor and a privilege to be in an organization that does so much good.
You got affiliated with them as a teenager.
I did, yeah.
And you've been literally ever since. What made you want to climb the ranks?
So I didn't originally have any thought of that. I was a high school student just wanting to do some volunteer work to do something good in the community where I lived. And I just kept growing and learning and seeing the impact of a child learning how to swim or an adult struggling with depression and maybe getting help at a local Y, and seeing how the Y can connect people to help them get to a better place and really live a best version of themselves. And the Y is a great connector of people and communities and really, I think, makes people who live and work in New Jersey stronger and better.
What are some of the new initiatives of the Y heading into 2026?
Well, it's the beginning of the year, so everybody wants to get into shape, so you should stop by and sign up for a fitness program if that's one of your goals. We are committed to really eliminating drowning, so we really want to teach everybody, children and adults, safety on water. So New Jersey has 120 miles of coastline and about 1,700 lakes, so we really want to make New Jersey a safe place for adults, but especially children. There's a lot of drownings that go on, especially in lower income communities. The Y has 84 pools. We give out scholarships, so we are open to supporting anybody who wants to take swim lessons. And even if you don't know how to swim, you could learn how to be safe around water so that you can still have a good, safe summer experience.
Super important. I think this past summer, more than ever, you heard drownings every day at the shore.
100%. It's a public health issue, and there should be no drowning. So the Y is a perfect connector for that. Usually the classes start filling up in February, so you should sign up January, sign up now, and so that you're summer ready by July.
You mentioned earlier that the Y can be a place to go to if you're suffering from depression. So we're in the winter blues season right now. How does the YMCA help those, both adults and children, going through mental health challenges?
So many of our Ys do mental health. They have clinicians on staff, but also loneliness is an epidemic in the United States. And so the Y is a place where you can connect. You and I could meet at a Y and be in the lobby and never know each other, and we could have a cup of coffee, we could take a class together. So it helps people so they're not so isolated. And especially coming out of COVID, I think it's really important that people find local communities, their third place, besides home and work, where you can go and be part of something that's bigger than you and connect. So we have a great mental health program in partnership with the Horizon Foundation. Young children have big feelings, right? They get angry, they get frustrated, they get excited, and it's really learning how to regulate those in sort of small lesson plans that are embedded in the after-school program. So we're doing this pilot in 21 sites, and so far it's been really successful in helping kids learning how to manage those big feelings that they have in a more appropriate ways and giving them tools skills and resources to do that. So we're really excited about the program, and all the site coordinators are thrilled about the program, and the kids love the activities and really feel more empowered and confident.
You're based in Trenton, and you have new construction happening in Livingston. You recently broke ground.
Yes, yes. So the Metropolitan Y of the Oranges is expanding, so they are one of the 30 independent associations, and we're very excited about that project. And there's some other upcoming projects that Ys are working on. So I think one of my favorite initiatives is a program called Youth in Government, and that's a program where high school students take a role in state government, and they learn how to legislate so that they can advocate for bills that mean a lot to them. And they have a youth elected governor, a youth elected lieutenant governor. We have students who are lobbyists and press corps, and we have about 400 students from across New Jersey who spend a weekend in a mock legislation and learn how to find their voice and advocate and understand the importance of public policy. So I really love that program because it's giving young people the voice to really create a world that they want to live in.
Well, where can people find out more about you and the Alliance and how to support?
So they can go to our website at njymca.org. They can go to our Facebook or LinkedIn page, and we always have the newest information available.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Julie, and best of luck to you in 2026.
Thank you, and thank you so much for having me today. It was really a pleasure to be here.
Oh, thank you.
Play it like the New York Sirens. Live in the spotlight. Etch your name in lights. Embrace the noise. And when it calls you, turn it up. Get louder. Play it like they'll hear us everywhere. Because this is our team. New York Sirens. Play it big.
At AmeriHealth, we understand what's important to you. It's why we offer some of the lowest cost health plans in New Jersey, with access to one of the state's largest networks of doctors and hospitals. Plus, with free 24/7 virtual care, you can see a doctor anytime and anywhere. And we're committed to giving back to help make a difference in our communities. Learn more at AmeriHealth.com. A health plan for everyone.
John Green, president of 1010 Twins Productions and senior production executive at SurvivorNet, is using his decades of television experience to spotlight cancer stories and survivorship. John, welcome to the show.
So nice to be here.
I don't usually have television vets on, so I'm very excited about this.
I'm excited to be here with you. I love what you do.
Oh, well, thank you. Before we dive in, briefly tell us about your television background.
Sure. I started in local public affairs programming, telling stories about people that live in New England. I was in graduate school in New England at the time, and I was fortunate enough to get a job, entry-level job, at a station up there. That morphed into an offer to be a news writer in the newsroom at a local ABC station, and I just got caught by the bug. A lot of people do not like television news, as you know. It can be very stressful. I gravitated toward it. I loved everything about it. 3 years later, I got my dream job, which was an entry-level job in New York City as a segment producer for Good Morning America, which was a show that I watched growing up. And I ended up staying there for 14 years at Good Morning America, working my way up to executive producer. It was a really, really beautiful experience working with wonderful anchors like Diane Sawyer or Charlie Gibson, covering most of the major world events, traveling all over the world. And then after that, I got into long-form production and became the co-executive producer of 2020, the primetime news magazine that still airs on Friday nights after 40 years, and was also just such a highlight because Barbara Walters was still there. And I had, I'm a little older than you, but when I was young, Barbara Walters was kind of kind of a paragon in the world of journalism, and getting to work closely with her for a few years before she retired was such a pleasure.
She is still the standard.
Yeah.
Find me a journalist better than Barbara Walters.
She was amazing and funny and so lovely. I learned a lot from her. I laughed a lot with her, and she was exactly what you saw on TV. She was tough.
Tough, but I mean, she can get anybody to open up.
She could. You know the old joke, like, I'm going to pull up Barbara Walters, I'm going to make you cry.
Yeah.
Should I try that on you?
No. But maybe you can give me tips that you learned along the way. But maybe the next part of your story will make me cry. So you were on top of the production television world, right? When did you decide, or what made you decide to pull out of the rat race?
So I had been working for many years with a wonderful, wonderful news anchor named Robin Roberts. You probably know her as the current host of Good Morning America. Robin was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then a few years later with myelodysplastic MDA, a blood cancer that often results after you've been treated for another cancer. 2 bouts of cancer, and so we did a lot of programming around cancer and survivorship and early detection for cancer. And then, surprise, surprise, I got diagnosed with cancer. I was fairly young at the time, and I was diagnosed with kidney cancer 3 weeks after my husband and I found out that we were pregnant through our surrogate with twins. So I had the best news that one could ever ask for, the news that our dream of having children was going to become a reality, and then 3 weeks later thrown into the cancer dilemma, and wasn't quite sure if I was even going to be around to meet my unborn children. It was one of those situations where the diagnosis was very grim at first. They thought they saw the cancer all over my body. The initial diagnosis was that I had metastatic advanced stage cancer, but luckily what they found in my liver and my lungs was benign. And I guess you could say, luckily, what they found in my kidney was malignant, and it was diagnosed as kidney cancer. But kidney cancer is one of the more treatable cancers. It was caught early enough. The fine people at Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital saved my life. I was there in the birthing room when my kids were born a few months later, and it was one of those out-of-body experiences. You're a mom, and you know what that feels like to give birth to a child, but in the context of just having the joy after not knowing if I would be there physically, I kind of had that moment where I almost literally looked up to the sky, and I gave thanks to whatever higher power is up there, and I promised to do whatever I could do for the rest of my life to help spread awareness about cancer, help people who are suffering with infertility, because it's also very important for me to encourage people to become parents despite whatever roadblocks might be in their way.
What a beautiful story. And now you have a beautiful life in Holmdel.
We have a beautiful life in Holmdel. We discovered New Jersey about 25 years ago. I was born and raised in the Midwest, lived in New York City for a long time, but 25 years ago we bought a home on the shore in Manahawkin, just a stone throw from Long Beach Island, and I just fell in love with it. It clicked. And you're going to have to forgive me because I am the biggest New Jersey fan in the world.
Well, I am too, so
okay.
There you go.
We have that in common, right? Most people, obviously, that come on your show love New Jersey for a reason. And then when we knew that we were having kids, we decided to live permanently in New Jersey. It was first a vacation home, and then we bought a house in Monmouth County. We're 19 years in Monmouth County. I love it. I tell everybody wherever I go, across this country or in any other country, New Jersey is where it's at.
And the best food.
The best food.
That's why we're the best, because we're the best fed.
Absolutely.
So you turned all of this, though, into a platform, because that's what you do. You're a producer, you're a connector, SurvivorNet.
Yeah. SurvivorNet came into my life. There's a fellow named Steve Alperin. I would say he's a visionary, and I don't use that term lightly. He's a man that I worked with at ABC years ago, and he had the foresight about 8 or 9 years ago, after his father was dealing with a cancer diagnosis, and he wasn't getting answers that he felt should be readily available to his father and also to his loved ones. He started a media platform called SurvivorNet. It has grown through the years, and I have admired how he has grown the company. And he and I connected, and there was an opportunity for me to kind of jump on the bandwagon and be a part of what he has built SurvivorNet to be, which is the leading platform for cancer information and survivorship storytelling. It reaches 30 million people or more a year, not just with information about cancer that's useful to patients, loved ones, and doctors, but also inspiring storytelling about people that are not only surviving cancer, but thriving with cancer. Because of technology, the treatments that are available, the supports that are available, so many more people are surviving with cancer and finding that they are a better version of who they used to be. And I find that so fascinating as a storyteller. What is it about going through a catastrophic illness like cancer that makes you dig deep and discover something in yourself that you wouldn't have known otherwise?
So with your role with SurvivorNet, you're traveling all around the country to get these stories?
Absolutely, traveling all over the country because there are survivors. Not only do we interview survivors, but we interview the leading oncologists in every discipline. I'm working on a series right now where I'm spending a lot of time with the leading neuro-oncologists in the nation, if not the world, who are fighting glioma, a very, very common form of brain cancer, as you know. There's a lot of progress in the treatment of glioma with different therapies. You know, immunotherapy is becoming very popular. There's now clinical trials with CAR T-cell therapy for glioma. It's been proven to be effective with other forms of cancer, and now it looks like it could be helpful in glioma. I just wrapped production on a series about prostate cancer, which affects 1 in 8 men. We all hear a lot about breast cancer affecting 1 in 8 women in this country, but 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I think men are reluctant to talk about their health in general, and especially their sexual health, and something that might eventually lead to incontinence or sexual dysfunction. So part of what we are doing with this film series is trying to break down the taboo for men who don't feel comfortable having that conversation. We got Al Roker from the Today Show to be the subject of one of our films. He just celebrated 5 years in remission from prostate cancer. I got Emmitt Smith, one of my childhood heroes, the NFL legend whose father had prostate cancer, to host the series. Alonzo Mourning, another hero, basketball legend, told us his story about prostate cancer. And then a lot of compelling stories of everyday men dealing with prostate cancer and also their caregivers. When men deal with cancer, you find that it's their spouses and their mothers and their sisters who are so integral to making sure that they stay optimistic and that they work towards their survivorship in a really healthy way.
Well, John, you are doing such incredible work in our industry, telling the most important stories and shining a spotlight where it's needed. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Where can people find out more about you and SurvivorNet?
Well, the most important thing that I would encourage people to do, whether you have cancer or you think you might at risk for cancer, you know someone with cancer, is to go to survivornet.com. And then also on your smart TV, look for SurvivorNet TV. It's a full streaming channel. We have wonderful documentaries in there that will inspire you, and it's definitely worth looking for it.
Definitely, we'll check it out. Thank you, John. I'm so happy our show brought us together today.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Justin Ellen, a celebrity baker and CEO of Everything Just Baked, is here to show how he's using baking to give back right here in the Garden State. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you for having me.
You have quite the platform, my friend. I mean, you're dominating television, first of all.
Thank you.
Tell us about all of your TV time lately.
Yeah, so I was first seen on Is a Cake on Netflix. I was on season 1. I was the youngest baker there, 18 years old. I think youngest in history still. And just recently, I was on Next Level Baker with Gordon Ramsay on Fox.
Wow.
I still can't believe it.
What an experience that must have been.
It's Gordon Ramsay. It's like my idol, and it's like, I've met him. Like, come on.
Was he cool?
He was.
That's
He was just as cool as everyone thinks.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
where did your baking journey start?
I grew up with my mom, grandma, my dad, and stuff, but baking was always important in the family. My grandma would make everything from scratch. I'd call her crazy because, like, why are you making the breads, the pies, the cookies, the iced tea, everything's from scratch? But she just implemented that love of baking into me, and I just kept on baking on my own, and I started a business. I own Everything Just Bake, and we're just a baking company, and I want people to be encouraged to get into the kitchen, have fun, bake a lot. And I just took my skills, sold cakes to celebrities, and now I focus on social media and really teaching people how to bake from scratch, and it's not as complicated as people think.
See, your grandmother was onto something.
Yeah, and she's my biggest cheerleader. She's always watching.
Oh, I love that. My grandmother is watching right now, wishing I inherited her cooking. She's from Italy and spent her whole life in the kitchen. And I'm like, okay, where can I order from tonight? So you bake cakes for celebrities. First of all, where is your kitchen located?
In Passaic, New Jersey. Okay. I've made cakes for Mary J. Blige, Sadie Sink, and even some major brands like Disney, all different things.
How do they find you?
They usually find me on social media. I really like posting on social media because it allows me to show my personality. I like to have fun. I feel like when you're in the kitchen, that's the time to make memories, have fun. So I like to express that on my social media. And I've now amassed a large following of over like 3 million followers.
Oh, I am in the presence of celebrity.
Something like that.
That is so. On a day-to-day, what are you doing?
So now on a day-to-day, I really focus on social media. So now on my social media, I like to teach people how to bake with my blog. So my blog is where everythingjustbake.com is where you can find all my recipes. I'm talking cakes, pies, cookies, all from scratch, all super easy. For instance, pies, it's a big thing during the holidays. And I feel like pies are super intimidating. Like, have you made a pie before?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Are you scared?
Actually,
Oh, so your grandma did well.
Yeah, no. You know what I want to ask? Dietary restrictions, because my husband is vegan.
Okay.
So I'm constantly looking up blogs for vegan recipes. Do you factor all of that in as well?
We're stepping into it. Like I have gluten-free. I'm starting to get more into recipe development for vegan stuff. It just takes a lot of time. I don't think people realize like the recipe development itself can take, it's just trial after trial after trial. Because I actually want to put a lot of effort and make sure it tastes good. Because you want to make sure it tastes good, the quality's there. So I spend a lot of time recipe testing. So it's a process.
You also want to stand out from the pack because, I mean, anyone can make an apple pie, right? So how do you put your own spin on some of those classics?
I love that you brought up the apple pie because I make the best apple pie.
I wish you brought some.
And my secret is using heavy cream and an egg yolk with the apples. I know it's very untraditional because normally you just do like the apples with sugar and flour and spices. But the yolk and the heavy cream, it almost creates like a custard around it, like melted ice cream around the apples, and it creates this just decadent texture.
Ooh.
So whenever I'm making recipes to stand out, I just try to like think of, okay, we want to keep it nostalgic. We want like the base of it, but how can we elevate it just a little bit more? Maybe we make it a little bit more moist. My favorite ingredient is vanilla bean paste. It just really enhances those flavors. And my grandma always says, measure with your heart for vanilla. You can never have too much vanilla.
I agree with that.
Like, you just keep pouring. Keep pouring.
Yeah, we're all born with the gut instinct.
Exactly.
Of when to stop with the vanilla.
I always say like vanilla's like the garlic and cooked cake.
Yes.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
I love that. Well, you do a lot of good through your social media platform and baking for the community. Tell us about that piece of your business.
So I actually have a nonprofit called We Bake a Change, and that's focusing on giving back through baking. Cakes are expensive. I don't know if you ever bought a cake, but custom cakes are expensive, but it's understandable because it takes a lot of time. It's an art at that point. But I still feel like everyone deserves to have something custom made for them, catered to them for their birthday. And if you think about it, at the end of every party, honestly, like every celebration, there's always a cake, and the cake is what brings people together, whether it's like a wedding, a birthday. It's just, that's like almost the last thing you do at a party. And I feel like everyone deserves to have that special moment catered to them. So I started We Bake a Change, and that's where we focus on donating cakes to underprivileged people, whether it's financial reasons, whether it's medical reasons, whether it's mental health. Like I feel like sometimes we all just need a little boost, and I feel like baking can do that.
Well, you're such a sweet soul. I'm so happy
Thank
that
you.
our show brought us together. But before we wrap, where can people find out more about you and to become your 3 millionth and first follower?
So you can find all about me on all social media platforms at Everything Just Baked, and you can go on my website for all my recipes, all for free at everythingjustbaked.com.
Justin, you are a rock star. Thank you so much for coming here
Thank you
today.
for having me. It was so much fun.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. We'll see you back here next week.
At AmeriHealth, we understand what's important to you. It's why we offer some of the lowest cost health plans in New Jersey, with access to one of the state's largest networks of doctors and hospitals. Plus, with free 24/7 virtual care, you can see a doctor anytime and anywhere. And we're committed to giving back to help make a difference in our communities. Learn more at AmeriHealth.com. A health plan for everyone.
Play it like the New York Sirens. Live in the spotlight. Etch your name in lights. Embrace the noise. And when it calls you, turn it up. Get louder. Play it like they'll hear us everywhere. Because this is our team. New York Sirens. Play it big.